that a lot of these social media platforms have integrated shopping centers and shopping apparatuses right inside of the platform. So if you have products and services to sell, you can do that right inside of a lot of these platforms. So we're going to talk about effectively building a brand and selling on social media. So I need you to do me a favor. Comment in the chat where you're from. Drop the name of your business and or your brand. Smash that share button, ladies and gentlemen. And let's kick it this morning.
Yo, what's up, Ultimate Hustlers, and welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show, the business podcast for the entrepreneur of the 21st century. And I'm your host, Cortez Hustle. Our goal is to give you a behind-the-scenes look at how the world's greatest hustlers build amazing brands, scale their businesses to incredible heights, sell more, make more, and create mass movements that impact the world. It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned vet or you're sitting on the sidelines with aspirations to one day unleash your inner hustle. This show will provide the insights into how pure grit, determination, and hard work has morphed into some of the most iconic brands and personalities and how they are moving the culture forward. You'll get a mix of solo shows featuring yours truly, as well as interviews and content from other hustlers that I either know personally or I've learned from or whose grind I've come to know and respect. And you'll also get exclusive recordings from our membership called Monetize My Life Academy, which you can check out at monetizemylifeacademy.com. That's a program where we go live every month with some of the best hustlers on the planet, sharing best practices on how we all can explode our brands with advanced branding and marketing tactics, business development strategies, and financial game planning necessary to build the empires we all desire. Again, that's at monetizemylifeacademy.com. If you like today's episode, chances are the hustlers you're connected to will like it as well. Share it with those in your network, and when you do, use hashtag Cortez Hustle so I can see you and hopefully give you a shout out and share you in my stories. So check out today's episode and make sure you subscribe to the feed on your favorite podcasting networks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show. I am, of course, your host, Cortez Hustle, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur, coming to you live and direct from the local Biz Marketing Pro Studios right here in St. Louis, Missouri. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are in business of any kind and you need help with your marketing efforts, then Local Business Marketing Pros is dedicated to helping you optimize your online presence, increase your lead flow, and grow your revenue so you can expand your operation and contribute more to your communities that you serve. All you got to do is go to localbizmarketingpros.com to get more information. So today we're talking about how to effectively build a brand and sell on social media using the newest iterations of these platforms known as social commerce. That's right on these platforms. If you are a product-based business, you could literally sell your products and services right inside of the platforms, because these platforms are serious. They understand a couple things, that if I'm constantly moving people away from their platform to go to my website to buy my products and services, then it's taking eyeballs off of their platform. So what did they do to solve for this? They said, hey, you can build a store right inside of our platform, and you can sell your products right inside of our platform, and people don't have to leave the platform. And that's what you got to understand, how these platforms are working and operating. So we're going to get all the way into that today. But before we do that, I got a couple quick announcements that I got to run through. If you're in the St. Louis area and you want to come see your boy live and in living color, I want you to come to the BOB Chit Chat, right? Let me grab the link and put that in the comments for you guys real quick, because that is going to be live and in living color in St. Charles, Missouri, 2021 Gulfway Street at Trio Banquet Centers and Rentals. I'm going to be giving my the keynote I've been working on is the 314 business mindset, right? You got to have a 314 business mindset. So we'll be talking about that on this coming Wednesday. So come hang out with your boy, man. Also, this coming Saturday, if you're in the St. Louis area, we are going to be covering YBK Day. That's right. 2022, my girl Ariel Bivens Biggs has connected with the mayor of St. Louis last year and declared Youth Entrepreneurship Day. And every day they celebrate all over the country, not just in St. Louis, because she's helped to declare Youth Entrepreneurship Day in Illinois, Missouri, Tennessee, Texas, Nevada, and they'll be celebrating their day. And we're going to be covering and talking to some of these young entrepreneurs live in living color. So if you have a young entrepreneur in your family, you want to get them the help and the support that they need while that fire is burning bright. Inbox me and I'll put you in connection with my girl Ariel Bivens Biggs. Today we're going to be talking about how to sell on social media. I've got some resources I want to give you if you are interested in getting taking a deeper dive into this subject matter. But you got to join our Black Mastermind group, and you go to text. Let me see if I got that in a banner real quick. All you got to do is text the keyword mastermind to 314-866-4053. Get in the group and you'll see today's announcement is how to download the ebook and other resources that we're going to be covering today on how to sell on social media. It's 100% free, but I do things like this specific to the members of that mastermind group. Text mastermind at 314-866-4053. Get in the group and download not only this resource, but tons of other free resources. Ask questions. There's a dope community of entrepreneurs that are building and growing together. So make sure you guys check that out. And also, man, don't forget that you can give your boy stars, and not just me, man, any of your favorite social media influencers, especially on Facebook. A lot of them have been able to monetize their content. And basically what you do is you click the link that I put in the description, go buy you some stars. And then when you run across a Facebook Live that you are getting value from, and it's helping you in any area of your life, then you can bless that influencer with some stars. So make sure y'all don't forget that, because this is how we feed our family, folks, by bringing you quality information and helping you in respective areas in your life. We want you to be blessed, but you can also bless us if you feel that you're getting tremendous value from what it is that we're doing. So make sure you guys check that out as well. So we start every episode of the Cortez Hustle Show with a quote of the day, and today's quote is: "What you have at the moment is what you have attracted because of the person you've become." What you have in your life at this moment is what you have attracted because of the person you've become. Don't have what you want? Then it's as simple as this. You got to become a different person so you can attract different things in your life. That's why in your life, you should constantly be growing and evolving and striving to become more so you can do more. And if you can do more, you can have more, but it's all about the becoming. And that's a quote from the legendary Jim Rohn, right? You got to think about it. The person that you are today, if that person was capable of getting you to the level that you want to see in your life, you'd already be there. So what am I saying? If you are not at the level that you would like to be, then you, my friend, will have to grow into a bigger, better, bolder, brighter version of yourself. And you do that three ways: the content you consume, the people that you associate with, and the places that you go. Point blank, period. The three things that influence who you are becoming: the content you consume, that's the books you read, the podcasts you listen to, the YouTube channels, right? The things that you study, the people you associate with, and the places that you frequent. They have the biggest impact on the person that you are becoming. So that is the quote of the day right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you again by the Black-owned business chit chat. We're going to have a fireside conversation about what's holding Black entrepreneurs back in terms of keeping them from exploding their businesses and hiring more of our people. It's a $5 cover charge at the door. You're going to get access to a dope food vendor, and this conversation is going to be great. There's going to be lots of entrepreneurs there for networking. So come hang out. I'll put the link to the actual Facebook event in the comments for you guys to check that out. So we're talking about social commerce today. How do you use social media to effectively and efficiently build a brand that would allow you to sell on social media? So let me bring up my slide presentation and let's get into it today. So this is social selling one-on-one. Let me bring it up real quick. Let's get into it, man. This is a fun topic for me. Hopefully you guys get some value out of it. So this is the social media, the client attraction gold mine. Social media is where you can find and close new clients for your business, and at incredible speeds if you understand the power of using this tool. With social media, it's possible to take a prospect from a completely cold lead to a signed up client in under 24 hours. Effective use of social media is an easy, direct, and repeatable process that will allow you to make however much money you need and as fast as you need it. I literally put out a post earlier today on my financial health mentor brand and literally have 5 leads already. And I just put that post out roughly an hour ago. So I can testify to the fact that when done right, social media can be a gold mine. So what are we going to cover today? The essential mindset for success. This is critically important. 90% of people who are on social media are doing it wrong, right? 90%. So we're going to talk about the mindset you need to have success on social media. And if you have not already, comment the name of your business and your brand, and also share or tag a couple people in this that you know, entrepreneurs that are trying to grow a business, right? What types of content work the best, when to post them, and how to rotate your content so that it's always fresh in your reader's mind. We're going to go over that as well. How to message warm or cold leads through social media, how to create a conversation flow that turns prospects into excited clients, right? I see you, Dee. Thank you so much for tagging some other folks in today's stream. I appreciate that. So Facebook and LinkedIn are the powerhouse platforms. I would say Instagram is quickly becoming a powerhouse as well. Facebook groups are some of the most powerful tools that you could use to get in front of your audience. But here's the thing about Facebook groups that most people are getting wrong. I'm not going in Facebook groups to try to get people to buy my stuff. It's not what I'm going into Facebook groups for. I'm going into Facebook groups to see how I can serve other entrepreneurs in those Facebook groups, or serve the people in those groups. So first and foremost, I'm only going into groups that are targeted, that are aggregating my target audience. The first thing I want to do when I go into a Facebook group is I want to connect with the creator or the moderator or the administrator of that group personally. Like literally go and find the person who owns and runs that group, and then see if you can friend them outside of the group. See if you can have a conversation with them outside of the group and find out what that group needs. How can you serve that group? That's the key to Facebook groups. A lot of people don't know it. A lot of people get into a Facebook group and say, hey, there's a lot of entrepreneurs in this group. I have products and services for entrepreneurs, so I'm just going to post my link in these groups all day, every day. And how you do it? Connect with the organizer of that group and ask them, why did you create that group? What does this group need? What are you trying to serve this group? What is the outcome that you want the people in this group to get? And how can I help you help them get that outcome? Right? That is incredibly huge. When you understand how to do that, you can transform and generate leads from those groups, and you can position yourself as the expert that you are. That's key. Positioning is key. The trick to get inside of these groups and become known as a credible expert in your field is the real caveat with Facebook is that you have to be able to determine who is a real prospect for your product or service, right? So everybody on Facebook, you got to think about it. 99% of people who are presenting on Facebook are not as they present. 99%. They are not as they present. So you might see someone, especially for me, I'm in the business to business space. So I see a lot of entrepreneurs, quote unquote, and a lot of business owners, quote unquote, but a lot of times they're not the business owners that I'm looking to serve, right? And you got to be patient enough and figure out your systems well enough to where you can sort through those who are posing as entrepreneurs and business owners, in my case, right? To find those who are actually entrepreneurs and business owners. Now, you may sell a product. Say you're selling a solution to moms who are looking to better educate their children, right? Now, there's a lot of moms posting about maybe the school system isn't teaching this. They may be posting about, oh, I want to homeschool my kids. It's a good idea, right? But you got to be able to determine those who are simply complaining and just trying to get attention and those who are actually looking for solutions. And there's ways to do that, right? You got to sift and sort quickly. Otherwise, you will waste a whole lot of time on social media. So we got Dee from the LTD Group, Virtual Tax and Business Services in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream, sis. And again, thank you so much for tagging others to get them involved in the conversation. So getting in front of people can be a little bit trickier in LinkedIn, right? But the key to positioning and getting in front of the right people on all of these platforms is value. Overall, though, Facebook is an immensely powerful platform for prospecting. If your offer is business to consumer, use Facebook. If your offer is business to business, you might want to look at LinkedIn. Now, I have a business to business service, and I use Facebook primarily because there are a lot of entrepreneurs that need digital marketing assistance on Facebook. But there's also a lot of digital marketers on Facebook too. But there's a way that you can use Facebook for B2B as well as B2C. But LinkedIn is where it's at for B2B, right? So let's talk about LinkedIn real quick. Almost all of the content you see will be about business and different aspects of business like sales, marketing, product launches, and similar topics. So you know that you're going to find business-minded people on LinkedIn. Consider these tools and quirks of LinkedIn. Number one, free versus paid. LinkedIn allows you to have a free profile, but there's also a paid version of LinkedIn. Free messaging limited to those you've connected with. Free 30 searches per month limit. Paid Sales Navigator upgrade is most helpful for prospecting. Free version. I had another free tip. Free version is likely enough until business grows. Number two, groups. Number three, content. Number four, shelf life of posts. It may benefit you to give both Facebook and LinkedIn a genuine effort and see which one you're more comfortable with. Let's talk a little bit about shelf life of posts. because while one of the reasons I love Facebook is because it's 3 billion active monthly users, or billion active monthly users every single month on Facebook. But also, that's the drawback. With 3 billion active monthly users on Facebook, that means the feed moves very fast. And you post something on Facebook, it is buried in the feed within 24 hours, right? That's just it. You have a very limited shelf life with your post. So consistently posting your messages on Facebook is the key, right? But on LinkedIn and some of the other platforms that have better search capabilities, your shelf life of your content could be a lot longer, especially on platforms like YouTube, where it's keyword driven and not so much driven by interruption or pattern interruption marketing like on Facebook. So we're going to continue this conversation. If you guys got questions, post them in the comments. I'd love to get your thoughts on some of these points as well. But before we go any further, y'all know how we do, man. We got to get into some 1-minute motivation. If you're new to the Cortez Hustle Show, 1-minute motivation is where we play a short motivational video, usually 60 to 90 seconds or so. And I'm going to ask you to comment a couple takeaways. I'm going to give a couple takeaways. I just believe that starting your day with positive motivation is a powerful way to go. So let's get into 1-minute motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show.
Many people are suffering from battle fatigue. They've been standing a long time, trying to break the addiction, believing for the promotion, praying for that family member, but hasn't happened yet. They never dreamed they'd still be single, still be dealing with the illness, still be trying to get the loan. Now they're tired. Let me encourage you, your time is coming. Your due season is on the way. Don't let time talk you out of it. Don't let discouragement cause you to give up. Don't let negative thoughts convince you to settle where you are.
You were born to succeed, to win, to conquer all difficulties, and have all your faculties fully developed.
Make up your mind you're going to do it every day, every day, every day, until you don't have to think about it, and then you'll automatically do it. I guarantee you, this idea will change your life. Think about it all day, because that is definitely an idea that will give you results that will stick.
No matter who you are, no matter where you are in life, you can take the lid off of your job. If you're wondering if you still have the lid on in your life, here are some clues that's going to let you know that the lid is still on. If you're not excited about waking up in the morning, if you're sitting around bored out of your mind, if you got time to do everything anybody asks you to do, you probably got the lid on. If when you tell your dreams to all your friends, it makes sense to them, you got your lid on, man. Your dreams should not make sense to everybody. You got to say something that make people go, how you going to do that? That's when you got the lid off. And if I were you, I'd do that. I'd take the lid off.
Ooh-wee. Let me ask y'all a question, man. Are you currently, or have you ever dealt with battle fatigue? That is the question today. Are you currently, or have you ever dealt with battle fatigue? Man, like the Bible talks about at one point, Moses couldn't hold his arms up. And every time his arms fell, they started losing in the battle, right? And he needed an Aaron on his side to help hold his arms up. Do you got somebody in your life that helps hold you up during battle fatigue? See, we talk about the power of association, right? But usually when we talk about peer pressure, we talk about it in a negative connotation. There's positive peer pressure too. Do you have someone to put your arm around when you are suffering from battle fatigue? Right? You were born to win. The challenge most people have about winning is they simply have not made up their mind that they're going to win. They have not declared their victory. What do I mean? At the end of the day, when it comes to building this multi-billion-dollar international media conglomerate, I have declared, I have made a decision, I have proclaimed that I'm going to win. It's going to get done, period. Some people are still hoping and wishing that they win. That's not the case with me. I've declared my victory. You got to make up in your mind that you're going to win. And how do you know you're going to win? If you make up in your mind that you're going to win, then the other thing you have to make up in your mind is that you're going to show up every day. I made up in my mind that in order to win, I have to show up every day. No days off. Of course, my mentor, Brian Bean, likes to say no 0 days, right? You cannot have any days where you do not show up for you. You can't, right? And then Steve Harvey broke it down, man. If your dreams don't scare you, you're probably not dreaming big enough. If you can accomplish all of your dreams by yourself, you're probably not dreaming big enough. I want you to think about that. If what you are setting out to do, you can do it on your own, you don't need no help from nobody, chances are that dream is not big enough. Dream bigger. Be willing to stretch. See more, right? Because you can transform your life through your imagination. You can transform your life through your imagination. And it takes the same amount of energy to dream big as it does to dream small. So why would you dream small? That is Women in Motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you by BLB Chit Chat, going down this Wednesday, right, at Trio Banquet Center and Rentals, 2021 Gulfway Street, St. Charles, Missouri, 63301. It is $5. It's a great networking event. I was there last month. It was an amazing space for entrepreneurs to come and lean on each other and really talk best practices. I will be giving my 314 business mindset keynote, and then we'll network and have a funky good time. I think Amelia Essential Eats will be having some vegan food there for us as well. So if you're in the St. Louis metro area, man, it's a great place to come hang out as an entrepreneur. So we're continuing our discussion on social commerce, how to sell on social media, how to build a brand that you could sell on social. Now, I have a service-based business, right? And if I was selling a product, you guys realize that I could literally have links to my products right inside of this Facebook Live. I don't think a lot of people understand that. Social commerce is here. That means just like e-commerce means you can do electronic commerce across the internet and people can buy your products from your websites, your online stores. Social commerce is when you build your brand the right way and you set up your accounts the right way and you agree and abide by the terms of the platforms that you're on. That means that you could sell your products right inside of your social media platforms. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a game changer when you understand it, right? So we were talking about Facebook and LinkedIn, Instagram and Twitter, a couple other platforms that you could be building on. I love YouTube from a video standpoint because there's no better way to build the know, like, and trust factor than live video, than in video, period. But live video where you can interact and engage with the people right there on the spot. But video allows you to position yourself as an expert better than almost any other medium outside of being live and in person with people. So Pinterest, and of course, we know that TikTok is a beast in and of itself. So you got to look at those platforms. And what I like to teach is that consistency is the name of the game on all of these platforms, right? Consistency is the name of the game when it comes to social media. But in order to be consistent on social media, you've got to be disciplined. And one of the easiest ways to be disciplined at anything is find ways to have fun doing it. So for instance, I love doing video, and I don't mind doing Facebook Live. I don't mind the interaction and the interruptions and things of that nature. I don't mind it. I love that. And it's fun for me. So it's easy for me to be consistent with a daily morning show and show up. But if you don't like video, if you don't like Facebook Live or Instagram Live or live video, then chances are you're not going to be as consistent because it's not fun for you. But there's 4 primary ways that we communicate: video, audio, written word, and pictures. If you can tell a story with pictures, then Pinterest and Instagram is probably where you should be building your brand, because that's going to be fun for you. If you can move people to action with the written word, then choose the platforms that are more supportive of written text, because that's going to allow you to be the most consistent, because you're going to have the most fun doing that. Please, please, please keep that in mind, right? Some people choose video and they hate being on camera, and that's only going to allow you to cause and make excuses to not show up. But if you love being on video in front of a camera, then it's going to be easy for you to use video marketing and Facebook Lives and Instagram Lives, YouTube Lives, and stuff like that to grow your brand. And if you have a product-based business, then make sure you're looking now. Let me say this. If you have a product-based business and you want to sell on social, make sure that you are using the professional version of the platforms, meaning a business page on Facebook, upgrading your Instagram account from a personal account to a professional account. Why? Because it is only on the professional versions of these platforms are you allowed to sell your products, like in-stream selling. Like, I don't have a product, but if I was selling this mug, I could literally pop up a link on the screen so you guys can buy this mug while I'm live. And then give you an incentive and say, hey, if you're buying this product, if you go ahead and make your order right now before we end the stream, I'm going to throw in an extra mug for you, right? To incentivize you while you're live. You literally have the ability to create a home shopping network right here inside of these platforms. And I don't think enough of us understand that. So what sets social media apart from other client getting systems? Social media is a great medium to use for getting clients, but what about all of the other mediums you've probably heard about, right? If you take a strategy and stick with it, it will most likely land you some clients. Top things to look for in an outreach platform. How personable can you make it, right? These are things that you want, no matter what platform you're building on. Can you directly get in front of decision makers? That's important. How scalable is the system? Can you build a team around it? Will you quickly become a bottleneck for growth? Let's look at some pros and cons of various client getting strategies. Cold calling, for instance. A cold call is more personable than any of the other outreach methods, but can always get to the decision maker. You can also get a lot more done in a shorter amount of time. With cold calling, you'll call a lot of people before you ever get to talk to a decision maker. The real problem with cold calling, though, it is that it isn't easily scalable. You can also try cold emailing. You can possibly send thousands of emails in a day. Email accounts can get shut down if their emails are marked as spam too much. Email takes a little more time than other options because you usually have to send a lot of follow-up emails in order to get a response, especially to get in front of the decision makers, right? Also, finding the email address you want to connect can be a pain in the butt, right? Public networking events, another great opportunity. You guys keep hearing me talk about the BLB Chit Chat going down here in St. Charles, Missouri on Wednesday. Great opportunity to connect. Just like with cold calling, networking events let you really leverage your personality. If you mingle enough, you can usually walk away with a few clients, some referrals, and a great network of people to cement yourself into the market that you're trying to be in, right? Drawbacks of networking events: travel required, not a repeatable weekly process. Usually you have to pay to get in, and you must mingle with strangers. And if that is not your strong suit, I'm not saying don't work on your weaknesses, but if you do not have fun or haven't figured out how to have fun at networking events, then that's not something you're going to be consistent with. But when you're using social media as your client getting system, allows you to be as personable as in a cold call, while not quite as scalable as cold emailing. Social media allows you to have a ton of conversations going at the same time. With venues like Facebook and LinkedIn, you can network with people that would love to hire you all day long, right? You can spend roughly an hour a day on social media and have some crazy results. Social media combines all of the strengths of the other client attraction systems without their biggest drawbacks. How would you portray yourself on social media in order to, how should you portray yourself on social media in order to attract the highest quality clients? It all starts with your mindset. How are you approaching social media to begin with? I can go on somebody's social media profile right now, and I promise you, I know they're in business, but their social media profile does not indicate that they have a business whatsoever, right? It's the mindset. And I'm not saying that if you're on your personal profile, you've got to be constantly blasting people with your business information. In fact, a lot of the personal profiles will shut you down for doing business because that's not what they're for, right? But people should know that you have a business. I don't care whether you want to use your personal profile to market or not. People should at least know that you have a business. That's just the mindset that I approach social media with. So let's talk about the successful selling mindset. If you come to social media with the sole intent of pitching your services, prospects will shun you. That's your mindset, right? I want people to know that I have a digital marketing agency, right? But if I come to social media with a pitch fest, then I'm going to get shut down. You can establish a lot of connections by requesting to be friends with people that like and comment on your posts. You have a ton of knowledge about your niche, so show it off. In other words, lead with value. The attitude you want to convey is that you are already a successful entrepreneur. Come to the table with the mindset of genuinely wanting to help others, and you'll do 100 times better. That's what this show is for. Every morning, I get up and I bring some perspective to growing your business online. Our mission for local biz marketing pros is to help local service-based businesses optimize their online presence, increase their lead flow, grow their revenue, so they can expand their operation and contribute more to the communities they serve. That's our mission, right? And the way that we show up on social media is to bring tips, strategies, and information and resources to help them do that for free. And then, based on the relationship that we build with our followers and how they engage with us based on how we show up on social media, we can determine if they would be a good prospect for us to send a direct message to, right? But you got to show up looking to serve for free on these social media platforms. That's the key. Effective attitudes. You are 100% a professional and an expert. That word trips a lot of people up. You are an expert. Even if you've only been in business for 30 days, you are more of an expert than somebody who is not in the business, right? You are there to provide value to people that need your expertise. And when you're providing value from a pure intent standpoint, you will attract the right people to you. You are not needy and you don't need their money, right? When I study Myron Golden, he talks about when you are desperate, people pull away from you, right? When you lean in, they lean away. But when you lean away, they lean in. I had someone jump in my inbox the other day and just started sending me a bunch of graphics, right? He's a graphic design guy. Send me a friend request. I accept it because if you're an entrepreneur, I want to connect with you. So anybody in business, I typically accept a friend request. Send me a bunch of graphics in my inbox, and then eventually ask me, hey, do you need any graphics or logos for your business? I was like, no, thanks. And he came back, man, I promise you'll be thoroughly satisfied. And I'm like, but I don't need a logo, right? If he'd have gone to my website, if he'd have gone to my social media profile, he'd have seen that I already have a logo for my business. Right. And then after I shut him down a couple more times because he kept following up, he's like, well, okay, could you please shout me out and help me promote my business? I'm like, no, I don't even know you. I don't know if you do good work. I don't know if you are a legit entrepreneur. You could just be in people's inbox on some scam stuff. Right. But that's how people are doing social media. They have not set a genuine intention on serving people, right? You can't be greedy. You are there to lead people through their problems, right? So what to post, where to post it, how to interact with others, right? Content is king, and you got to understand how to show up with your content. So posting content in groups, find 3 to 5 quality groups where your ideal clients would hang out. Post your own original content, but it's got to be value based. It's got to be all about the prospect and not about you, right? It's got to be, here's something that can help you in business, or here's something that can help you solve your problem, and I don't want anything in return. I'm just sowing seeds, right? Interact genuinely with everyone who comments on your post, right? It's 2 things you gotta get good at on social media. Number 1, you gotta be engaging. You got to create the type of profile and post the type of content that people want to engage with. Number 2, then when they do engage with the content, you have to engage back with them. Some people are waiting till they get to 10,000 followers to show up for their followers. If you don't engage with the 2 or 3 people that are liking and commenting on your stuff, you'll never grow to 200 or 300 people liking and commenting on your stuff. Those are just facts, people. Posting content on your own timeline. Batch the content creation process. If you're serious about this and you have the type of brand that may require you to post 3 to 5 times per day, then figure out a way, develop a system that you can batch create that content. And now, if you are using the professional versions of these platforms, They allow you to schedule your posts. Now, inside of our sales opportunity system or our home-based business marketing system, we have a social media post scheduler that our clients absolutely loves because it allows them to post to Google My Business, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn at the same time. And soon Twitter will be added. So you'll be able to post to 5 different places at the same time. But if you batch create your content and then schedule that stuff out, you could literally take a couple hours on a weekend, get all your content together for the week, schedule that out over the next 7 days, and boom, you are ready to go. Limit offer posts to once or twice per week. Again, people don't want to be involved in a pitch fest, right? So I subscribe to the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time I'm posting, it is pure value, asking for nothing in return. 20% of the time, it's a direct sales post. It is, hey, here's my offer, and here's how you can get it. And here's what you're going to get if you get it, right? You can't constantly be pitching offers and giving no value because people are going to stop following you. If 80% of the time you show up on my profile, I'm giving you something to solve your problem, I'm giving you a tip or strategy, you don't mind 20% of the time of me asking you to buy something. Split your offers between direct offers and indirect offers. This is good. So 80% of the time, it's no offer at all. 20% of the time, it is an offer. Out of the 20%, half the time it's a direct offer. The other half is indirect. Right? Got to understand how to leverage social media. In a direct offer, you simply tell someone about your product or service and see if they like to buy it or get on board with that. An indirect offer is where you start off a post without mentioning your offer, usually with a story or a helpful tip. Then you transition into a soft call to action, right? That's how you do it. Number 4, always make posts that are not about selling something. Also make posts that are not about selling something. It is, I can't stress enough, you want to attract people to you, solve their problems, right? The best way to prove to someone that you can solve their problem is to actually solve it. Give them the information that they need to solve their problem. Remember, there's 3 types of people. There's the person who is a do-it-yourselfer, right? That person is saying, hey, give me the information, I'm going to do it myself. There's the person who says, hey, if I could afford it, I would never do any of this stuff myself. I would just hire somebody to do it for me. And then there's the third person that says, hey, I would pay somebody. I want to learn it. I just don't want to learn it by myself. So I pay someone to do it with me. So while I'm doing it, I'm learning at the same time. Right? So give the information for free. And there's a lot of people who are going to take the free information and do nothing with it. There's a few that's going to take the free information and they're actually going to implement it. But then the free information that you give, people are going to say, man, that's some dope information. How much would it cost if I just hire you to do that for me? And that's the key to winning on social media. Now, so you can rotate your content. For example, suppose health coaching is your niche. Consider this schedule. On Monday, make a post about foods with great health benefits as well as an awesome recipe using those foods. Tuesday, do a health update on yourself to show people that you walk the walk and don't just talk the talk. Wednesday, try an engagement post. An engagement post might be asking a question, putting up a poll, right? Thursday and Friday, make an indirect offer and a direct offer. The weekend, tell stories and case studies about people you've helped, right? So here are some post ideas real quick if you are struggling in this area. I often tell people there's 5 key areas you should be posting about as it relates to your business: who you are, what you do, how you do it differently, how well you do it, and why you do it. Those are 5 fundamental areas, right? But you can also tell stories, lifestyle, entertainment, objection handling, future pace your audience, right? Future pacing is helping them see themselves in the result that you will create for them, right? Rustle their feathers and agitate their pain. Expert interview is another good one. I have a great expert interview coming up this Friday. A young lady out of Chicago building an amazing business with her husband. I can't wait for you guys to hear that. Live training, a challenge for your audience, and recent client wins. Those are all great things to be posting about to represent various facets of your expertise, right? Two-step posts. What is a two-step post? Deliver a ton of value with your lead magnet, right? You can even have multiple lead magnets and give each prospect whichever lead magnet will most benefit them. After a while, writing these posts and interacting with your audience will become fun, right? Draw inspiration from other posts. This is huge. If you're going to be on social media, one of the things that Russell Brunson teaches in his Traffic Secrets book is find the 100 people who are best serving your clients in your industry or your ideal clients. Follow what they do and model them. You can draw inspiration from other people who are already serving your clients. Ensure that you're interacting with all of the comments on your post and then following up with a message, right? It goes down in the DM, people. Do not be afraid to direct message people who are constantly showing interest in what you're doing by engaging with your content. Because what happens is you can be posting great content, but if you never make an offer, they assume you don't have anything for sale. And what happens is they mess around and go and buy buy what you have to sell from somebody else only because you never made them an offer. So one of the things that I like to do is to get a conversation started in the DM is I like to just thank them for engaging with my content. And then I let the conversation happen organically from there. So if you like this video, don't be surprised if you see me a message from me that says, hey, this is H. Cortez, Financial Health Mentor. I just wanted to thank you for engaging with my content today. And then I'm going to let you come back and you might say, hey, appreciate it. It was my first time jumping on. Okay, great. What did you like most about it? Oh, well, I'm trying to learn social media. I'm trying to get better at that. And we just have an organic conversation. If the conversation goes to a place where I think that you will benefit from having a one-on-one Zoom session with me and getting a free marketing consultation, then I'll offer that to you. If it doesn't, that's cool too. I'm just here to make connections, y'all. Social media is designed for relationship building. And if I build enough relationships, through those relationships, I will learn the pain of the people that I'm building relationships with. And if I have a solution to that pain, then I just offer it to them. It doesn't have to get any harder than that. So your goal is to get an individual in a private message conversation with you where eventually they ask for your services, right? Build genuine connections with people. Starting with comments, right? It's a good idea to respond to all of them, moving then into DMs. So if we're having a conversation, you're commenting, then I'm going to say, hey, thanks, appreciate the engagement in the comments. And then based on those comments, we'll determine whether or not we should start a private conversation in the DM, right? Start by referencing any previous interaction you had. That's the easiest way to do, right? I respond to people, say, hey, man, thanks for commenting on my show today on social media. I appreciate that, right? And then I just let the comment say, some people will engage, some people won't. Then follow an extremely simple framework. Give them a compliment and ask them a question. That's simple. Bring your own personality into the conversation. Keep the first conversation very light. And you know what else is good about social media? I can go to their profile and see what they're into, right? I can do a little reconnaissance and go to their profile and see what they're into. I can see what their cover photo is. I can see what their profile photo is. I can see the last 10 posts. I can do this within 30 seconds and kind of get a general idea, surface level, what they're into. And that can help me steer the conversation. Then let some time pass. Then you get back in touch with them. And ultimately, you want to move them to a call and continue to nurture and build that relationship with them, right? The most important thing about this call is to deliver value, right? When people jump on a free strategy session with me, one of the things that I try to do is I try to take a quick look at their overall online marketing strategy. I have a quick survey that they can take, and that tells me what it is they have going on, what they're missing, and I give them recommendations that they can execute on their own, even if they don't hire us to do it for them. I hope y'all heard that. The way I serve people is you have a private call with me. I'm going to give you a game plan that you can execute without me in the event that you don't hire me. Because I want you to walk away with value, whether you spend money with me or not. That's called sowing and reaping, right? Sometimes I will reap a harvest where I have not sown. Sometimes sowing the seed with you today and you walking away with that value and you go and implement some of those things on your own and you realize, man, I just don't have the time to do all of this stuff that he recommends. Let me just bring them in and hire them to go ahead and get it done for me. Avoid being attached to the outcome of this call. Again, I just want to deliver value to you. Whether you hire us or not, I want to see you win. If they say no, that is totally okay. Continue to be helpful. Only give solutions if they give you permission to do so and you want to give away your coaching for free. I want y'all to always remember this. Unsolicited advice is considered criticism. If they don't ask you to help them, if they don't ask you for a solution, any solution that you offer is criticism. It's hard to imagine, but if you're having a conversation with someone and you don't ask, hey, do you mind if I share what I would recommend? And they say, sure, go ahead. If I looked at their website, for instance, and they jumped on a call and I just started going in, hey man, I noticed this about your website. You should do this, you should do this, you should do that. You guys realize that that's considered criticism? Because I didn't get permission to offer them recommendations. It's critical to understand all of these little nuances, right, are required for you to understand when it comes to social media marketing. So, and then last but not least, you got to have a system to help you keep track with all of these conversations, a system to help you manage all of the calls and the follow-ups and all of that kind of stuff. And that's one of the things that we offer here at Local Biz Marketing Pros. So that's it for today, man. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about, I found a guide to Black-owned businesses in St. Louis. So you guys know on Tuesdays, we do the St. Louis Hustle podcast with Michelle A. and myself. And we got a guide to Black-owned businesses. And we're going to be talking about the importance of shopping local, buying Black to help rebuild our community. So show back up tomorrow. These same channels, these same places, man. I'll be right here live yet again. So I appreciate you guys all for tuning in. Until I talk to you next time, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up. But you gotta overcome fear if you're gonna win.
You're tuned into the Cortez Hustle Show. Please like and subscribe.